It's alive! It's alive! String.
How's everybody doing out there? 1 o'clock on the dot, Central Time.
Pert near. Not according to John Deere.
A little behind on deer time.
Waiting for the 1925 Model D to chime. Let's see, 30 seconds.
Where's everybody at, Pa?
I don't know. They're not chiming in. That was it.
That's it, huh?
1925. Thank you, Dave and Alyssa, for the nice Christmas gift they gave me.
Yeah, really appreciate it. They sent us that clock. Pretty cool.
All right, they're all the students, all the grass rats are filing in. They're all coming in.
Get in.
Come on, class. Don't be late. Otherwise,
Time to have a little fun.
you're going to get a detention. Here we are, doing a live stream.
How's it going?
Ha ha ha!
Now, I wanted to start the live stream off with me in the bathroom going pee, and then that would have been a live stream. Ah, that's
No.
disgusting.
I don't want to see that, buddy.
And then these guys said, no, that's not the kind of live stream we're talking about. It's
Well,
crazy.
probably not the best idea, Pa.
No. Carla, she gave it 2 thumbs down. All right, class, we're going to wait for more people to get in before we start our little experiment that we're going to do.
We're at 341. That's pretty
Wow.
good.
Wow, that was fast.
Jumped up real quick.
Is there enough seats for everybody?
I hope so.
So it's not going to be like a fuel experiment or anything like that. Because I know some of you are probably thinking, well, it's going to be a fuel experiment. You're probably going to do some kind of fuel experiment. We're not going to tell you just yet. We want all the grass rats to get into the classroom. So first we're going to talk a little bit.
We hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday.
Yep,
We got New Year's coming up. That's going to be another one. So Happy New Year, everybody.
yep, and I hope the new year is going to be good for everybody out there. Not only us, but for all the grass rats out there around the world.
We hope you had a good 2025.
And we hope 2026 is going to be even better.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been having some unseasonably warm weather. All our snow is gone. We had about, what, 8-10 inches
Oh, yeah.
of snow
That was cold.
back in November, and it hung around for a long time.
It's been downpouring today like crazy.
So me and Slippers, we thought we need to take advantage of this warm weather. It's really warm today. So we came up here a couple days ago, me and Slip Dog, and we went through the yard, and we started purging a bunch of stuff out of the yard. We have to make way for new equipment and got to make room for everything that's going to come in the springtime. So we need to get rid of a lot of stuff. Now I know a lot of you grass rats are going, you're throwing away a lot of good stuff. Don't throw that away.
Well, this guy's a hoarder. We could have threw a lot more away, but he kept, oh, I want to keep that. And
So
he's
there's
giving
the
me
pile we're going to get rid of.
Giving me the full backstory on every little thing that he's throwing away, like I needed that.
So that's what we're throwing away. That's what's going to the scrap yard.
All that stuff there, huh, Pa?
Yeah, that's a small pile. That's not really a big pile. We still have some more purging to do.
And we're not done yet.
All this stuff in this bin, old clutches and starters and
Yeah,
Got
I
all
see
kinds of
somebody
stuff.
just joined our membership program.
oh, that's awesome.
We just launched that today. You can be a member and get perks, additional content that other people don't get. I
Early
believe there's
access.
like early access to videos. We're going to be
Exclusive
giving you
content.
exclusive discount codes for the different tiers.
All kinds of little
So
stuff we'll be doing.
hop in and become a member. Exclusive member.
You'll have a member. Did they get a membership card?
I don't think they get a membership card.
No.
They get
Or a
member-
members only jacket. You
I
don't
was
get
gonna
one of
say,
them
members
either.
only jacket.
Might be able to find one of them at the thrift store.
Oh yeah, I had one that I got at the thrift store one time.
50 cents?
I don't remember what I paid for it. It was like
So we got about 572, 590 now.
Are in the
viewers.
classroom?
Yeah. So where's everybody from? We got a lot of people in here. Where are you at? Texas, Indiana,
I'm from Podunk.
Podunk?
That's where I'm at right now.
Chime in.
Beautiful Podunk.
Pennsylvania. All right, well, I guess maybe we ought to get down to the nitty
You
gritty
want to
here.
start the show?
Let's get it going.
All right, so this is what we're going to do today.
Pterodactyl here.
Pterodactyl here. And today's live stream video is going to be on this here Toro or Taurus zero turn, and it's going to be specifically on this brakes and scrap 'em in tech engine. There was something else I was going to say.
Also,
and then you started
slippers isn't
chiming in.
wearing slippers.
He's got shoes on.
It's too wet, I think, today to be
Yeah,
wearing
I don't
slippers.
want to get my socks all wet.
There was something else I was going to say, and I forgot what it was. All right, so
Don't show my feet.
don't show his feet. So what we're going to do is we want to find out, and maybe you want to find out too, how important is the air gap? And that air gap, in case you don't know, is the little gap between the magnets on the flywheel, there's the magnets, and the coil. So what we want to do is keep increasing the air gap and see what happens. Now maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't. And we want to find out at what point will the engine stop running, or maybe it'll run, you know, with the coil pulled all the way back in the slots. But there's an air gap on there you have to set. It's usually about 10 thousandths gap, or the thickness of a business card.
So that's it. That's the experiment. We're going to see how
We're going
much.
to see. We're going to keep increasing the air gap by 5 thousandths. So it's at 10, then we'll go 15, and we want you grass rats to chime in the comments and tell us at what point do you think, at what thousandths, because we're going to go 5 or 10, then 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, all the way up. So we want you to chime. You're not going to win anything other than, you know, just the personal satisfaction of knowing. At what point do you think the engine will stop running? Or if it'll just keep running even though we pull it all the way back to its widest point.
What about if it starts running crappy? Does that count?
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it should count if it starts running crappy?
So are we going where it just doesn't run at all, or if it just starts
Well,
running?
we're just going to keep
running
going until
not good?
it doesn't run at all. Or like I said, it may run. It may run with it pulled all the way back. I don't know. I always set it to what it's supposed to be.
Which
So
is?
10 thousandths usually, 10 to 12 thousandths. So we're going to show you that it runs. That's at 10 thousandths. All right. Are any of them chiming in with
Yeah.
any other what they think is going to happen?
Yeah.
Maybe they know already. Maybe some will already know. I'm out of here. So I got a bunch of feeler gauges. I took my feeler gauge thing apart so I could grab them and mix them up in different orders. So there's a 10 and a 5. There's 15. And I got the wrench. Now, one thing that is important is, and I've seen this before, is, you know, you got to set some kind of gap on there. I've seen where people would just put a coil on there and then they tightened it down, not realizing that there is an air gap, and ruin the engine.
Well, how did they do that, Taryl? How could they ruin the engine by not doing the engine, by doing the gap?
And it was on a crawler command. That's why I brought this crawler command flywheel in. We had a customer one time, years and years ago when I worked at my brother Farrell's shop. They bought a set of coils for a crawler command twin, and then they brought it back, and they had snapped off the posts that hold the coil on. And the posts are part of the engine block, so they just ruined the engine.
Well, how did that happen? How could they do that? That's impossible.
This is how it happened. Look at the Kohler. That's why I brought this flywheel in as a demonstration aid. See how the magnet here sticks out further than this? So when they put the coils on, they had it too far in, and when they cranked the engine over, the flywheel came around, and this part of the magnet hit the coil and snapped off the two posts that held the coil in place, basically ruining the engine. Or you could probably maybe TIG weld them back on there. But at that time, when I worked at his shop, and I'm talking, this is years and years ago, probably in the 90s, he didn't have a TIG welder at his shop at the time. But that did happen. All right. So let's go and set it at 15 thousandths. Oh, let me put my flashlight gloves on.
Christmas gifts, huh,
That I
Pop?
got for Christmas from Karma.
15 thousandths we're going to try here.
So we want to get it off the magnets. We're going to pull it back, snug it down. Maybe I should get a nut driver.
You are a nut driver.
Maybe I should get an extension.
You are the extension of a nut driver.
Somebody was asking if they become a member, do they get tech support? And no, you don't, unfortunately. You got to think we're running a business. We're flying by the seat of our pants every week trying to do videos.
Oh, that's what I remember. That's what I was going to say. The reason we're doing this live stream today instead of an actual video that we had filmed earlier in the week is because of the holidays. Falling in the middle of the week, we didn't have enough time because, you know, we got family obligations and Christmas parties and stuff to go to at other family members' houses. It didn't give us enough time during the week since Christmas Eve was on Wednesday and Christmas was on Thursday for us to do a video. So we came up with this idea of doing a live stream, which a lot of you grass rats probably think is probably better anyway. All right, so here it is, pulled all the way back. You can see the gap in there, which looks to be, I'm going to guess and say, about a 1/16 of an inch away from the flywheel. We're going to line it up. There's our 10 and our 5. Stick that in there. And then the magnet will suck the coil in tight against the feeler gauge.
Got over 1,000 watching. Thanks for tuning in, grass rats.
And we'll turn it to get the feeler gauges out. All right. Now let's see if it'll start. It should at 15. Now another thing I want to do, well, died out, probably not warmed up, is I want to kick the blades on. Well, let's put the engine under a load and see if that makes a difference too. Right, grass rats? Because I'm sure some of you might even chime in.
Kick the blades on, put it under a load.
Make sure nobody's near there. All right. So it runs. Runs at 15. So next is 20. Anybody giving any guesses at when it's going to stop running? Any
They
guesses?
were earlier.
They get shoved down the
I'm gonna say 40.
40.
I'm gonna go with 40.
I'm going to go 45 thousandths.
40 and 45, Slippers and Junior. I'm not going to give a guess.
Oh, the expert must already know.
No, I don't.
Got some smoke coming out of there.
Here's 20. Turn my gloves on. My space age gloves.
Are those Lowe's sockets?
No.
Somebody
Doesn't-
saw the Lowe's video, it sounds like.
Doesn't Lowe's have craftsman there?
Yeah, what do they sell there? I don't know.
Because I remember I went there one time to exchange some tools. And of course, they don't. It's not like the old Craftsman days where they'd have all the individual sockets and punches. And of course, they didn't have a lot of the stuff.
Cobalt, they have.
Cobalt?
Craftsman.
So I was talking to the guy at Lowe's when I was taking them tools back. And he says,
You gotta go online. You gotta go online and turn in the tools.
what a pain in the keister that was. Taking pictures of the tools and sending them to him. It took hours. All right,
Drawing a picture of the tool.
Where are we at here, Pa?
20,000. Okay.
So it's still running pretty good at 20,000.
Yeah. Guess you can put 2 business cards in there now.
So just for the ones tuning in just now to not know what's going on here, the experiment is we're going to see how wide of a gap we can put between the coil and the flywheel magnets before the engine doesn't start. Because that's important to know when people are trying to work on this stuff.
Or maybe it'll run with a big gap in there. All right, now we're at 25. I'm going to take a 20, and we're going in 5,000 increments. 20 and 20 and 5,000.
It's hard to see that, but
Can you see it?
okay, there it is. 20, and then what's the other?
5. My little gloves.
20 and 5. Well, whatever.
25. Just to make sure nobody thinks we're
Being deceitful. A lot of deceitfulness out there.
being deceitful. I'm going to get a
Actually,
nut
this whole
driver.
video is AI. I'm not even real. I'm AI right now.
AI slippers.
Let's use a nut driver. Might be quicker.
Thanks to you who have sent super chats and joined our membership program that we just launched.
Yeah,
We
that's
appreciate it, all the support.
Here's 25.
Was that Mick's Mowers I just seen pop up in there? How you doing, Mick? Pete? Hope you guys
Hey,
are
what's
doing
up,
good.
guys? Seen Ken Small Engine
Ken,
on there?
yep.
What's up, Kenny? How you doing?
Who else?
Got all kinds of cool guys watching.
A lot of the guys from the Mick's Mower live stream in here. John Clem, I thought I saw in there. So we're doing 25,000s now.
Now we're up to 25.
Get to 40, baby.
I want to wait till those blades come to a stop because that chute's missing because this mower's got a bagger on it. All right, 25. Now we're going to go to 30.
Still running good at 25.
Yeah.
So here's a 20 and a 10 thousandths. Can you see them?
Okay.
It's definitely different.
Yeah.
My
What do you
little-
think, Slip Dog?
Oh, I don't know. Starting to get up there now. Getting a little
Got you on the edge of your seat?
anxious there to see.
What do you guys think? When is it gonna start sounding crappy or crap out? Any guess? I said 45,000. Slippers here said 40. Taryl doesn't have a guess. He's too
I
cool.
want to stay impartial. Come on, get in there.
Can't even get them in. Well, experiment's over.
Someone said 5,000s. You are gonna go back too, right?
It'll run if it's right up against there. I already know that because I had an engine in here. I think it was in a video we did where the customer was in there messing with it and he didn't tighten the coil down.
Yeah, I've seen it rubbing on the flywheel.
and it was running and it was making like a knocking noise, almost like it had a rod knock. And it was the coil was loose and it was hitting the flywheel. And every time it hit it, it would make like a thumping noise. See, because this flywheel is like perfectly round. The magnet is lined up with it. Not like that crawler one I showed you earlier, where if you don't have it set correctly and it comes around,
Breaking
the
studs
magnet could hit the coil and bust these posts off that are holding the coil up.
Yeah, you don't want that. You're in some major trouble there.
And then you got to try to weld them back on, if you got a TIG welder. All right, so now we're at 30.
30 thousandths we're at. The 10 is the recommended, and it's still running good, so let's see what 30 would happen. Someone
All right.
suggested throwing an inline shutoff on the spark. Maybe it'll show the spark intermittency or whatever.
Okay, we can do that.
So far, we don't have any problems though.
Let's wait till we get a problem though
Yeah.
first, and then we'll do
And then we
that.
can throw
Because
it
I'm afraid if we stick that in there now, it might create some kind of resistance and might make it fail quicker. So let's see if it'll fail first, and then we'll throw the spark tester in there.
Fail Army. Anybody out there watch the Fail Army?
So that was 30. Now we're going to 35.
I think it's going to run at 40 now.
So now I've got a 20,
I'm already going to lose.
a 20, a 10, and a 5. Because I don't have a 35,000, a thick 35,000. Let me look in here. In that thing I took apart, I got a 15.
He's got to make change.
Here, I got a 20 and a 15. That's 35.
Someone's asking about the gloves again. What kind of gloves? What's the brand on them, do you know?
I don't know, but they were on Scamazon. Carla found them.
They're pretty handy, huh? You guys like the gloves? What do you think?
When I saw them, I said, yeah, these will come in handy for filming.
Yes, we do sell spark testers. We sell the good ones, not the cheap crap.
And I said, yeah, those will come in handy because a lot of times people are saying they can't see, Mr. Cameraman, the light. And we have to get a separate light a lot of times. I also got a cool beanie hat that's got a light in it, and it's got Bluetooth speakers in it.
Oh yeah, he was jamming out on Christmas.
I was listening to our CD,
Rocking. Those
Rocking
things are
out.
pretty Cool.
downloaded our CD.
Still got some 45s left too.
All right, there's 35, 20, and 15.
You want to rock out, pick up a Taryl music bundle in the online store.
There you go.
What are we at, 35?
35,000. Sounds the same.
Looks like that coil gap doesn't matter at all. Now
35. Now we got to go to 40.
Set it at whatever I feel.
So
40,000's coming up on
I got
Slipper's
the
guess.
a 25, a 15, and a 5.
Okay, yeah, you can see it.
25, a 15, and a 5. That's 45.
Yeah,
25 and 15 is 40.
Where did that 25
your
come
math
from?
is off a little there, Pa.
Where are we going? 40? Here we
40.
go.
He's already trying to make me lose.
That would be my
Duh.
guess, 45.
All right, a 20, a 15. I got glasses on. I still can't see.
I see a 20, a 15,
And
And a
5
5,
is
yeah,
in
that's-
the middle.
That's 40.
all right.
That's where we're at.
You know? I don't know what crazy math he was trying to do.
That's the new math.
There's a guy asking what's going on here. We're over gapping to see at what point.
If any, the engine will stop running. We want to find out how important is the air gap.
Obviously, it's not too important. We're at
'Cause-
40,000. Hasn't made a difference yet.
I think Taryl had a little too many hams already. His math is a little off.
Oh yeah.
I haven't had any hams yet.
Need to start listening to math rock.
I remember they had that Schoolhouse Rock. When I was a kid. I changed the channel when that came on. I'm like, I want to watch some cartoons. I didn't come here to learn.
Clearly.
I wanted to see Popeye and Woody Woodpecker.
I've heard of them.
If I wanted to learn, I'll wait till Monday when I went to school.
40.
40,000.
40,000. Let's see what happens.
Gonna fire right up. Hasn't even started running rough or anything.
Now we need 45. Now I'll grab that 25 and the 20. Feeler. Feeler
What's
dealer.
going on in the football world? Who's winning?
Yeah, we know a lot of grass rats are watching football.
Slippers wants to know.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Sorry we're interrupting your football game. You don't need to watch the beginning of a football game anyway. Gotta wait till like halftime.
Just got to watch the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Or watch from the halftime on. When they get warmed up.
45. So what do you got there?
Someone
I
asked
got
me
a
what's
25 and a 20.
All right, 45.
Who said 45, Junior?
that? I said 45, yeah.
Not
so.
gonna make any
All right.
difference.
So slip
Probably
dog's
not.
out.
I'm already out. Well, that was fun.
40,000, he said, and it was still running good.
Yeah.
Make your bets. Place your wagers.
You can bet on anything nowadays.
Yep.
It's getting harder to shove these in there. Come on. I'm trying to get it evened out. Should be good enough. 45.
You ever leave the feeler gauges in there on accident?
No.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
45.
45,000, this is my guess. I got a feeling it's still going to run fine.
Oh, yeah. You would think it would start petering out at some point.
Or misfiring or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah. Nothing.
All right, I'm out.
Well,
All
it
right,
was a good run.
50.
You had a good run, little dude.
1,500 viewers.
50.
Now we're going to
25 and a 20 and a 5.
What do you think, Slip Dog?
I don't know. I feel like it's just going to keep going all the way till the end.
All right, get out of my way.
Not making any difference so far.
There's 50. 25,
Check his math.
20, and a 5.
25, 20, and a 5. Yeah, that should
Like I
be
said,
50.
that gap looks to be about a 16th of an inch away.
How important is magneto gap? That's the experiment.
That's our little experiment we've come up with. how important is this gap they tell us we have to have?
Breaks and scrap.
Just in case you grass rats are out there working in your garage, and maybe you put a coil on and didn't realize you had to gap it, and then I put a new coil on, it won't start. Well, you can be off as much as 45 thousandths now, and it'll run. Not the recommended 10, and we're kicking the blades on to put it under a load.
Wow. 50 thousandths. Nothing. Still running like a champ. Like a bacon cheese champ.
They recommend 10 thousandths, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're 40 thousandths over.
And it's still running fine.
Still running good.
I think that's what my chart. I know some are 12, some are 7.5.
Still.
It's got a little chart in the cabin.
Air gap from Brakes and Scrap 'em. All the different models. Armature air gap, 6 to 10, 10 to 14, 12 to 20, they need to redo this chart.
Someone suggested Slipper sits in the seat and starts it every time. That way Taryl don't have to keep hopping in and out.
I need the exercise. Keeps me spry. All right, that was 50. Now we're going to 55.
55 thousandths. 50 was still good.
So I've got
I don't know. Maybe prolonged use with it out of the wrong gap. Can mess with
I don't
the
know,
engine.
it's pretty warmed up now. We keep starting it.
But I'm saying if you were to keep running it like way out like that, I don't know, would it do something maybe to the engine?
I don't think
After a
so.
long time?
It sounds fine to me. It don't sound any different than it did at 10. So there's a 25, a 20, and this is a 10 that I modified. I'm going to stick that. No, that's a 4.
Guy can't see.
Here's the 10.
You need some lights on those glasses.
I need, there's the 10 that I also modified to 4,000
55.
Can't see.
right here.
Okay, I see 10 now.
I'm going to stick that in between
Sometimes
a
those
sandwich.
gloves are a little blinding.
like
on
a
what you're trying
sandwich.
to look at.
I'm going to put it through like a sandwich.
I
All
can
right, and
see
I
it.
said this gap looked to be about 60 thousandths, which is a 16th. A 16th of an inch is about 62 thousandths, or it is 62 thousandths. So now we're at 55.
Got a guy whose wife wasn't a fan until the Mamo video.
Oh, I was hanging out with Mamo this morning. She spit up a little fur ball on me.
Cats are doing good. Blade, Muffkin, Mamo. Still doing good. Hope everybody's doing all right out there. Happy New Year. Got
Hope-
almost 1,600 watching.
Wow.
Hope Santa was good to everybody.
Oh yeah. He was good to me. Brought me some real cool stuff. Brought me some new toys that you can
55.
check out on my Instagram. Slippers Toys.
Check them out. Slippers Toys. Instagram. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram as well at Taryl Fixes All.
Here we go.
Where are we at? What's this one?
55. Sammy Hagar. He can't drive 55. 54, 56. He can drive, but he can't drive 55. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Sammy Hagar wins. Sammy Hagar can't drive 55.
Yep.
Wow, 55.
Don't want to start.
55 thousandths.
Now-
Here's this inline spark tester. This is the one that lights up. But sometimes these will give you a false reading.
It's a little easier to see that one on camera. That's not the one we sell in our online
Well, we're
store.
gonna get that one too out.
So it's between 50
I
and
used to
55.
like these. These are okay for like intermittent spark problems because you'll see it flash intermittently. But that breaks and scrap 'em one with the gap, that's the most accurate. Because I've got false readings with these. I would put these on, and if you get a little bit of voltage, because I don't know what kind of bulb that is. I don't want to say it's an LED, but it almost acts like an LED. Because some LEDs, if you got just a slight amount of voltage on them, they'll still light up. See, it's sparking. Because I've had some engines, I'm going, well, it's got spark. Now I'm talking, that's how I talk to myself. Oh, it's got spark. Why won't it start? Then I put the brakes and scrap 'em one on there. And then I go, oh, it don't have spark. I'm getting a false reading. So here's the one that we sell. The actual OEM. Want to put it in a spot.
Yeah, these are the ones
You
we
want me to
sell.
break the key?
Where you hold it.
While you hold it?
I'd
Let
like
me
to,
in here.
I'd like to position it so. I don't feel like taking a jolt.
Give it a rip.
Yep. Intermittent.
Barely a spark.
Hold on.
Did for a second.
One
That
little
was it.
spark, but yeah, not enough.
Try it
to-
again.
Well, it's
I see
sparking
it jumping
there.
off of here. I don't have the choke on.
It's sparking,
Yep.
It's sparking.
but just what? Not enough to.
I guess it's not hot enough. All right, let's close it up and see if it'll
Now
start.
Work it back down.
Should I go? What should I do, grass rats?
54. I want to see what's the.
Should I go 54 thousandths?
Yeah.
53 thousandths?
Do one at a time, I guess.
Yeah, work it down.
What do you
know it's
think?
between
Let's
50
wait
and
to
55.
hear them chime in.
54, 53, 50, 45.
Is that what they're saying?
I don't know what
Close it up a
45
little
is
bit.
about. Already
Yeah.
did 45
We
and I
want to
ran
know what's
fine.
the last.
53.
what's the last,
I think 54, just go
last
one at
gauge
a
you
time.
can-
All right, so this is 55.
That's what I would do.
So I need a 9 thousandths. 6, 7,
He just
8.
didn't want to do it because he's not good at math.
I don't have a 9 thousandths feeler gauge. I've got an 8 thousandths.
You don't have a 1, do you?
No. That's like paper thin. How
Well,
about what combination can we get to 59? Oh, I know. 5 and 4.
You need 54, not 59.
Or I mean 50. So 20, 25.
What about these big guys down here?
Slippers, help him.
He's got more
And
over here.
5. What do I got in there, Slip Dog?
Got it all, buddy.
Got a 9.
Here's a 40 right here.
Okay.
And then you can just
And is there a 9?
see. Here's a 10. Here's a 9 right here, little buddy.
You got better eyesight than you. He's an 85-year-old man.
Exactly 100% correct. So you need this 9?
49. Or what were we at? 55?
Yeah, we're going 54 for
54.
the 75th time.
So what do we got there? 49? We want 54, not 49.
This guy's all over the place. I thought you were bringing stuff over here. You asked me if I had a 9. And I said, yes, I have a 9.
No, I don't want a
He's
9.
telling me
I want
49.
54 thousandths.
So, do you have a 4, a 10, and a 40?
You're holding the feeler gauges.
Well, you're not gonna be able to ram them all in like this.
They're long enough.
I don't know about this guy.
Here, I got 20, 45.
So here's 40.
Here's
And a 9.
50.
45 and a 9 will
And
get you
here's
54.
54. Right here with a 4,000. 20, 25, 5, and 4 is 54.
No.
Here's 54 right here.
Ding, 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 ding.
Guys all over the place. Throwing me off.
Math wasn't my strongest suit.
Clearly.
So air gap does matter
To an extent.
to an extension. Push tight against it.
Still ran at 50. Didn't run at 55 thousandths.
Sammy Hagar.
So now we're going 54 thousandths to see what happens. At what point, what 1,000th does it drop off?
Now we flooded the crap out of it.
Got it all plugged in? Yeah.
I got the coil wire back on. We put our spark tester on it. Idling.
Oh, how'd you like that little backfire?
That's because it
Scared
was
me a
so
little bit.
flooded from us
Messed it up.
trying to start it at
Changed my
55. So 54,000, 1,000 difference.
So 55 is the max.
55 is the max.
Crazy. Sammy Hagar, he can't drive 55, but he can drive 54.
And now me and Slippers got to change our diapers.
Because of that backfire.
Yeah, that was loud, Pop.
50, 54. Here, let's pull it all the way back.
I should have been a little leery when he said that it was all flooded out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm cranking and cranking. We're putting a spark tester in it. I didn't have the choke on. It's pulled all the way back now. No feelers in it. Nope. Will
Nothing.
not start. Pulled
So-
all the way back.
What's the gap on that all the way back?
I'm guessing it's got to be about 60,000.
60?
60 or more. Let's see. 25.
Stuff.
Here's a 25, 35, 40. See, here's 60,000. 25, 15, and 20. Where's the magnet? That's 60,000. It's not real tight, so I was pretty close on my assumption of a 1/16 of an inch. That's because I've got micrometer eyes. The man with micrometer eyes. We should write a script about
Yeah,
that.
that's going to be another Halloween video.
That should be a script. We need to write a script. The man with micrometer eyes.
We can set the coil without
Uh-huh.
a feeler gap.
And I go, what, do you got micrometer eyes?
Gauge.
And then we'll get a micrometer on it, and the guy will be right every time. So yeah,
Spooky.
that's 60 thousandths, and it was a little loose. I bet you if I jammed a 2 thousandths in there, that'd be 62 thousandths, which is a 1/16 of an inch.
It's crazy.
The
It's
man
wild.
with micrometer eyes. So what'd you think of our experiment, grass rats, huh? Pretty interesting, something a little different.
It was definitely different.
I don't think there's a YouTube video out there on YouTube doing our experiment. Does air gap really matter? Let's find out. And we found out.
Oh yeah, we sure did. I was way wrong.
How many are in the classroom?
1,700.
1,700. I hope there's enough room. Nobody's farting in the classroom, I hope, are they?
There's a few of them.
Letting out some
We're
farts.
running out of desks.
I thought I heard something.
So what should we do now?
I don't know. Someone said repeat 55.
Put 55 in
Just to
there?
make sure.
Put 55 in there again?
Yeah.
Oh man, smells over here.
20,
Kid needs to change the diaper.
45, and 10 would be 55. Where's that 10 at?
Yeah, I got a full diaper over here, so
25.
stay away.
20, and 10. 25, 20, and 10.
That's 55.
Throw it on there, Pa.
I can grab
It's probably gonna backfire again from all that running it, from all that cranking it over.
and all that jive. I can't
Someone's saying spray some ether in it.
50.
Oh, we didn't need to do that.
Yeah,
That thing was flooded.
it'd be backfiring on fire.
You heard it backfire once we got it running at 54.
I can't set the air gap more than 55.
Someone's saying to do a spark plug. That's what we already had that idea.
Spark plug gap.
Yeah, we plan to do that
We
one
plan
next.
on doing that too.
Not today, but we're gonna do it soon.
See, now you're letting our secrets out. Now somebody's going to beat us to the punch. No, we're not going to do that. 55 again. Uh-oh. That was 55.
That's definitely weird.
Let's try it again.
Oh,
Oh,
Let me choke it. It's definitely affecting the timing
Yeah.
at 55.
and my hearing.
almost
Yeah.
blew my leg off.
That was loud. That was loud. 55.
Felt it right on my foot. I seen a fire shoot out of the muffler.
Good thing you didn't have slippers
I know.
on.
I'd be on fire right now.
55.
hot
Well,
for
we
it.
know. So if we went up from 55
Yeah, it's probably not gonna work.
to 56, here's 56, 20, 25, and 11.
Scared.
It's definitely
56.
affecting the timing.
Yep.
Should've got some earplugs.
We blowing a head gasket on this thing next.
Then we'll have to take it to a real repair
We'll have
shop.
to take it to a shop and get it fixed.
You're ruining that engine. Your experiment.
This guy says he doesn't think that that's the problem. It shouldn't be that touchy. I don't know about that. I think
What do you mean he doesn't think that's the problem?
clearly it was running fine.
Yeah, it
and then
ran fine, and we
wider
just
the
keep
gap.
increasing it. We keep increasing the gap.
It's probably the dipstick.
I think it was the dipstick gasket is bad.
Yep, it's letting some air into the crankcase.
It's probably that key switch.
Oh, it ran fine.
It's probably that manifold wing nut. Those always go bad.
Maybe the blinker fluid's low.
Let me try. I'm not going to choke it. Are you in? You can see the choke and everything there. There's choke. $56.
still barely running.
You had to do some finagling on that one to get it going.
It's getting harder to start.
Yep.
Well, there went Sammy Hagar. That was 56 because he can't drive 55.
Now we're going into David Lee Roth.
What's that?
He can drive whatever he wants, I guess.
I don't even think he's got a license.
Well, we know Vince Neil don't. Oh!
Wait a minute. 20, 45, yeah, 50. No, that was 51 I had it at. Duh. I had 20, 25, and 11. 20, 25, and 11 I had. That's what? 51, ain't it?
20, 25 is 45, plus 11 is 56.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I had it right. 56.
Boopity bop.
12 thousandths, 57.
Yep.
20, 45, 50,
5 plus 2 is 57.
57.
Someone needs to go back to service school.
57.
Somebody needs a calculator. Yeah, you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket to bail you out.
That's what they always said, right? And,
Yep.
and then we do now.
Oh,
so.
yeah, exactly correct.
We're wrong. 57 thousandths?
Yep.
57. 20, 25, and 12.
Fire it up, fire it up, fire it up.
Well, we should have been saying that the whole time. Nobody asked where Elkins is? He's in his office.
He's very busy doing paperwork in his office.
How long have we been streaming?
52 minutes.
Wow.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's what they say, yeah.
'57 Chevy.
All right, 57. I got a feeling it may be going kaboomy on this one.
No choke.
Cover my ear.
There's choke. Boy, it needed a lot of help.
Yeah.
And a lot of cranking at 57.
Just keeps getting worse. Keeps getting worser.
I was struggling.
All right. So then 3 thousandths up from that would be 60. So
What do you think? Should we do it? 58?
58.
Should we go 58?
58 going, 58, 58, 58, 58, 58, 58, 58, 58. Do I hear 58, 58, 58, 58, 58, 58?
58 going once. Sold.
58, 58, 58, 58, 58, 58.
Scared.
58.
58.
Bunch of 58ers.
So, what do we got here?
75.
58, 58, 58, 58, 58, 58, 5.
Check his math, Slippers.
So we need 13, right? 8 and 5 is 13. 20, 45, 58.
Excellent work, mate.
58, 58, 58,
I guess
58.
that's the kind of education you get when you go to the school of hard knocks, right?
It runs, but it's hard to start. Man, that's probably what's wrong with my lawnmower. Why it's hard to start. I just put that new coil on there and I didn't gap it. I just threw it on there.
These Slippers watch the Count Dacula.
I just got that for
on
Christmas.
substitution.
58, 58, 58.
You're forgetting to engage the blades.
Oh, yeah. That's right. 58, 58, 58.
$58 thousandths. Man, this thing's really starting to struggle.
58.
Needs dinosaur farts, someone said.
58, 58, 58.
I bet it gets to 100,000. Well, for one, the gap doesn't go that big, and two, we already know it dropped out at 60.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
that.
62 is the max.
58, 58, 58, 58. All right, no choke. Wow.
I was gonna say, check his math, because that seemed to start really easy.
Yeah.
Started easier.
25, 40,
Maybe the hotter it's getting,
50,
the easier it's starting.
58, yep.
I guess he was right.
Guess it doesn't matter.
So now,
Hold it down.
I got it pulled all the way back. That was, we figured was only about another 2 or 3 thousandths. Pulled all the way back. As far as it'll go.
Commenter said, drill the hole out so it goes to 100.
I could take the coil off and grind the slots.
Well, we already know it goes out well before 100.
All right, I'm not going to choke it. There's the choke. I'm just going to crank it and then start choking it.
You didn't kick the blades on, but
Oh, all right. Let's kick them on. Ow! Man, should have earplugs in.
yeah, my ears are ringing now.
Even more deaf than I already was.
It definitely is getting harder to start.
So it will start.
It
You
will
just gotta-
start, it's just,
Gotta work it. But maybe if it sits, if it's cold, it might not start as easy.
Yeah, we're starting it hot, so.
That might help it out a little bit, but yeah.
Someone says, now try closing the gap on the plug a little bit. I mean, is that gonna?
well, because it's sparking, but it's trying to jump a big gap, so he brings up a good point. And see if it starts any easier.
Now you know. Don't even need to get the coil at all. Just throw it on.
As long as it's close.
Just kidding. Don't follow my advice.
Yeah, I
long as
wouldn't
you get-
recommend not gapping it, but
As long as you get close, I guess,
Yeah.
goes to show you it's not as important as they make it out to be, I guess.
or as critical. I mean, it is getting harder to start
But I mean, it's
as
pretty,
we keep the
pretty off.
gap open.
It's almost like it ain't the space shuttle, Pa. It's a lawnmower engine.
Definitely different.
Shout out to the grass rats out there. How's everybody doing?
What's up? How's it going?
I thought we were done at 55.
I know. I thought so too.
It's never over.
Turns out we just weren't working that throttle and choke to get it to start.
Have you checked that flywheel key, bud?
From all that backfiring.
What you got there, Pa?
Plug.
Skippy's favorite plug, RC12.
All right, it's at 30.
What are you gonna bump it down to?
I don't know, 20? Is there a 20 even on here? Not even a 20 on there.
Way to go, Michael Jackson gloves.
What about one of those little spinny spark plug gappers? A little circle that you spin on there.
I don't think I got one of them laying around.
Do those just take regular batteries, or do you have to charge them, or how does that work?
They got batteries. 2016 is the number of the battery. Comes with a little screwdriver. Get it, boy!
He's almost getting it.
Oh, that's my clock. Mike, what the heck?
Yeah, we've been going an hour.
1 o'clock.
That's exactly an hour since we started.
It was making noise.
No.
Engine noise.
I was like, what the heck is that noise?
Mm-hmm.
I closed it up to 20. This bagger bracket in the way. And that muffin is hot. I don't want to cross thread it. There we go.
Once again, we're checking the air gap.
We got it maxed out.
How critical is the air gap on the flywheel, on the coil?
Cover your ears.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be popping and sputtering again.
Or maybe not. No, I'm not going to choke it. I'm just going to crank it and then start choking it. So that grass rat was right, closing up the plug gap, because it's still sparking with this thing backed all the way out, as far as it'll go. And when we closed up that gap,
It fired right up.
it fired right up, because now we're shrinking the little jump it's got to make to start it.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. We don't need to start grinding on the coil, but just going to show that, yeah,
Yeah.
So the
that
plug.
gap isn't as critical as some people. See, some things that bother me is sometimes people want to over-technify everything. That's why I always say it's just a lawnmower. It's not the space shuttle. We're not flying to space with it. We're just cutting grass. Now, that's the whole different animal, flying to space. That stuff has got to be technical and critical in that. But as far as this, you know, as long as you get it close to what they recommend, it's going to start. Or maybe you have trouble with your mower hard starting. Maybe you just put a coil on it. Didn't realize you had to gap it. Maybe you thought, okay, maybe I got to
pull this thing all the way back. It runs, it's just hard to start.
Or they put them all the way up on the flywheel.
or they put
too.
it all the way up.
Break the little tabs off.
You want to do that?
Go all the way up? Yeah, try it.
See, the magnet, though, the magnet's not real wide. So I'm going to try to...
Don't bust that post off of there.
Yeah. Or I'll be putting a new engine on there.
Maybe cycle it around, yeah, make sure. it
You
ain't
can
gonna-
hear it. It's rubbing on there.
Yeah.
We closed up the gap.
Oh no.
It should probably fire right up. I'm not going to choke it. So yeah, how critical is that gap? Not real critical. As long as you get it close.
And you can even,
Got to power them down.
Business card. That's all you need.
Business,
to gap
yeah.
it.
As long as you got some kind of gap in there that's close.
Baseball card.
and
Business
if it's
card.
off, you can even compensate it by
closing up
closing
the plug
up the
gap.
plug.
You can hit up Uncle Andy, double play. He's got some baseball cards.
Yeah,
You can use
use
one
them
of
as
those.
gappers.
Use it as a gapper. There you go. It's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea, Slip Dog. Because they're like, what am I going to do with this stupid baseball card they sent me?
I was going to say, in fact, we already sent you a gapper if you ordered from the online store because you get a signed Uncle Andy sports card.
That you can use as a
Use it as an air gapper. If you don't like the card you got.
the air crapper.
I'm sure some people are like, what is the point of this card?
Now you know.
It's right out of Uncle Andy's childhood collection.
It was a riddle.
Signed by the real
Riddle
life
me
Uncle Andy.
this.
Thank you all for the super chats we've gotten. The last one, $5 from Spectre
Awesome.
here.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Spectre.
everybody.
Appreciate
Means
it.
a lot.
Well, I hope you
Appreciate
thought this was interesting and entertaining.
it. Yeah. I thought it was pretty.
Learned a little
Pretty
little bit
insightful.
today here about gapping.
Yeah.
How crucial it is or isn't.
Wanted to prove we're like the Mythbusters.
You guys are like the Mythbusters, but just a lot dumber.
Yeah, them guys are smart.
Oh yeah.
We're busting this.
Is this easier to get this plug out this way? I want to put the plug back to where
Yeah,
it should
it
be.
back to 30,000s. He added at 20,000s, right?
Yep. Closed it up 10,
Close it up 10.
and it fired right up with the pulled all the way back as far as it would go.
Pretty wild.
Here, I thought it wasn't going to start. Could probably take that coil off and put it all the way over there on the other side of the room, and it'd probably still start
Yeah.
if I close up the gap. That's why it's nice to do these live streams every once in a while on a live repair so we can get some feedback and some input directly live as we're doing it.
Yep. It's nice. Hear what you guys have to say.
Yep. Because, we can't think of every little angle and thing to try. So that was a good suggestion. Close up the gap.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grass Rat. Now
Thanks
you,
everyone for watching.
now you can go watch football. That's what we're going to do.
They're asking Colts or Bears.
Ooh, Bears all the way,
Well,
baby.
we got to go for Bears because we're in that Chicago area.
Bears are my favorite sports ball team.
We got to go Bears. We hope they win. They're in the playoffs.
Who are they playing?
49ers.
Well, they're going to lose. But you never know. I pretty much turned that game off last week,
And then they won.
and
That was the Hail Mary one, right?
Carla, she wouldn't give up. She was watching. So then I heard her hooting and hollering, and I'm like, uh-oh, something's going on. Then I turned it back on,
I see the Sox here, Cubs.
and then they won.
Cubs all the way, baby.
Because I'm thinking, what are they doing? You got a first down. Just get a little closer and kick a field goal. And he aired it out. All right, we're all back to, I got it set at 12. And I got the plug set at 30. All right, there you have it, Grass Rats. I hope that was interesting for you. We learned a little something, all of us together as a collective team. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks
and
for
supporting
spending
the channel.
your Sunday
Spending your
afternoon with
your
us.
Sunday an hour with us.
Thanks
Sunday.
for all the support over the years.
Yep.
Another year coming up, another year
Another year
ending.
of fun.
We got plenty of stuff to film on. We got plenty of content. We got some ideas for some other stuff coming up here.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, keep watching and wrenching with us. And as always,
There's
your
your dinner.
dinner. Woo! Air Air gap crap! Air gap crap!
It's a bunch of crap.
Air gap is a bunch of crap.